Hi, I'm Dr. Bertice Berry, and I want to tell you a story. My granddaughter was in the Christmas pageant, and she was playing the part of a cherub. Now, this time of year, she gets sick, I get sick, everybody else in the house gets sick. There's a cold, so we couldn't go to rehearsal, so I didn't know where she'd be, what she'd be doing. And so I was serving as a um, Eucharistic minister, lay Eucharistic minister, where you're the chalice bearer during communion. So I was sitting on the pulpit at the altar. And so I got up to where was to be, and there I noticed there were these stools, and they were lined down the altar rail. And I was like, whoa, somebody's going to be up here. So then when the cherubs came in, my granddaughter was to stand on one of them right in front of me. And I was like, oh my goodness. And so she came up there, and let me tell you something, ADHD kicked in, and she started looking around at the altar because, of course, she'd never been up there. And she's like, now the audience is this way, but she's like, wow. And she's just so amazed. She hasn't even seen me. And I said, Elena. And you could see her kind of like, and then she looked and she was like, what are you doing up there? And then she turned back around to her role, and they had ribbons and they were to wave them. And I watched Elena, and she had like figure eights going. And then at the end of the song, she flourished it and brought it down like this. Who taught her to do that? And she had such a wonderful time. But what was so amazing for me to be able to witness was this kid seeing in her church the space where she had been baptized, the area where she had been, but she had never been on it. And then my daughter was seated in the balcony for the rest of the service, and I was on the other side of the altar. And she snapped a picture of me from a perspective that I hadn't seen. Recently, a company that I had asked me to work with them on some DE&I stuff, diversity, equity, and belonging is what I call it. And they said, well, the boss looked at some videos, some of her stories, and maybe she's too spiritual. And clearly, work is work and this is this. But I realized that too often people don't see the side of us, the altar in us. They don't get a chance to stand at it up close and see that that's where you are, that's where you live. I'm not talking about walking around judging others. I'm talking about living your life so fully, authentically, that people see all the sides of you. There could be worse things that Elena could do on a Saturday night. She's only 7, not many. But she wasn't running around or stepping off her stool. She was staring in amazement. She was caught up in the holy. And then when Fatima took a picture of me caught up in the holy, I get it. I hope this makes some sense to somebody. I think too often we spread our judgment, we spread our differences. We don't spread the thing that makes us wonder and amazed. Share your joy. Share your deep love, and let it allow you to appreciate the beauty in everybody else. I love you.